Difference between questions. Frequently asked to past exam question. Shall I have a quick revision? Ella video on padiko quick. Difference between BOM and MRN. BOM stands for and MRN bill of material and material requisition note. Most important question. Vijay, page number. Refer LMR book. Quick.
50.
50. 50. Page number, please put a star mark on this question. Bill of material versus material requisition note.
Bill of material, meaning it is a list of material required either for a particular job or work order. MRN.
Also, list of material.
50.
Page number. Take
MRN.
Textbook. LMR to go. In the textbook, page number 50. The second one. Whereas MRN.
MRN. It is a formal request for the supply of specified materials, stores, etc. to the production department. Preparation. It is the document prepared by drawing office. MRN. It is prepared by the foreman of the consuming department. Cross utilization. Bill of material. It can replace MRN. MRN. It cannot replace a bill of material. Authorization. Acts as an authorization for the issue of all materials and stores items mentioned in bill of material. MRN, it authorizes the issuing department to draw from stores the requisitioned materials. Purpose, bill of material. It can be used for the purpose of quotations. MRN, it is useful in arriving historical cost only. Result, bill of material, it helps in keeping a quantitative control on materials drawn through stores requisition. MRN, it shows the material actually drawn from stores.
Very good. Bill of material. To produce a product, what are all the item of materials you need? That is called one bill of material. After purchasing the raw material, we are going to keep the raw material in stores. Thereafter, we are going to issue the raw material for the purpose of production. You know, bin card on. Okay, Gayatri Jagavani. To get the material, we have to give the requisition note. Based on requisition note only, we have to transfer the material from stores to factory to produce the product. So, how much quantity you want for the requisition note? Based on that, we are going to transfer the product. So, bill of material is the list of materials required. Those materials are going to purchase and we are going to keep it in stores department. Thereafter, we are going to release. Depending upon the order comes, we are going to release the raw material. That is called material requisition note. Understood? Are you with me? In this concept-based question also there. Very next question. Identify the following items comes under the bill of material or material requisition note. List of material required for a particular job. Bill of material. Formal request for the supply of specific raw material. MRN. Material requisition note. It authorizes the issuing department. Bill of issuing department. MRN. Material requisition note. Yeah. Prepared by the foreman of the consuming department. Material requisition note only. It can be used for the purpose of quotation. BOM. Bill of material. It is used for arriving. It is used to arrive historical cost. This will arrive historical cost. MRN. Material requisition note. So either direct question, different between question, or concept-based question they ask. So LMR book lo ella concept-based question paathukom, so that we can become strong in direct question also. Are you with me? Similarly, wastage scrap base பண்ணி question இருக்கு. Following items comes under wastage as what type of material loss? So material loss என்னன்னு தெரிஞ்சா ஆன்சர் பண்ண முடியும். It may be wastage or scrap or spoilage or defective. So மாதிரி concept based எல்லா question படிச்சேன்னா additional 5 to 10 marks in your package. Okay? Blanket overhead rate and departmental rate. Blanket overhead rate is also called single. Okay. Departmental rate is also called multiple. Clear? Blanket overhead rate. Two conditions are there. First one major product. Another one, all the processes are the same length of. Departmental rate. Each and every department you are going to incur them separate. Already we discussed. Right? Then. Controllable and uncontrollable cost. Easy on a definition. Cost which can be controlled by the management of the company is called cost which are beyond the control of the management is called uncontrollable cost. Am I right or not? What is within the power of the management is called controllable. Management can have the influence over the cost, not controllable cost. Not having influence means clear. I am the owner of the company or management. Because of COVID situation, because of recession, because of market condition is poor, I want to minimize the labor cost. Possible or not possible? Salary lam korrekkalam nenikken. Possible or not possible? Happened also. 20% reduction in salary or work from home. Clear? Overall cost korrekka mudiyum. It in my control. Why, sir? Instead of closing down the company, the thousands of people going to become jobless. Clear? Survival of the company is first important. அப்புறம் தான் ஒண்ணா ப்ரொடக்ட் பண்றது. Then company close பண்ணணும். Instead of that 20% we can contribute or reduction in salary. We can run. Whoever want they can. Otherwise you can leave the company. So that few people may going to leave. At least remaining people can take care. Company has to run. So within my control, therefore controllable cost. Because of the recession, I want to avoid GST. Possible or not possible? நீ இருந்தாலும் சேர்த்தாலும் கட்டணும். அது worst situation. Slab rate is there. When you are eligible to pay GST, when you are liable to pay GST, you have to register for GST. ஒரு கடை இருக்கு, GST எப்ப liable? Turnover limit. What is the limit for the turnover? என்னமா? Goods இருந்துக்கோ, product வச்சுக்கோ, products. 20 or 40 ya? Goods. Okay. Goods 40 lakhs. Now, Malay கடை வச்சிருக்கோம். Goods 40 lakhs cross ஆயிடுது. When it is crossed on 30th March, whether you have to pay liable to GST or not?
Yes, sir.
Next year அப்புறம் COVID. No sale at all. ரொம்ப less ஆயிடுது. Thereafter new competitor எல்லாம் வந்துட்டான். Or online product develop ஆயிடுது. Next year, I don't want to GST. Possible or not possible? Clear? Even I want to control. No, நீ கட்டி தான் அவனுக்கு கட்டி. இந்த கடை அப்ப 40 லட்சம் போலடா, ஒர்த் இல்லடா. அப்ப ஏதோ போயிடுச்சுடா. அப்ப தெரியாம ஒருத்தன் கல்யாணத்துக்கு ஆர்டர் நம்பிட்டு வந்து வாங்கியிருப்பான். நம்ம கடையை பத்தி தெரியாம. டோட்டல் எக்ஸீட் ஆயிருக்கும். கட்டுறதுக்கு அப்புறம்ட்டு அவன் ஒரு கல்யாணம் பண்ணிட்டு அவனும் சஃபர் ஆவான், நானும் சஃபர் ஆவான் கடைக்காரன். Right or not? So every year I am liable to pay what? கடைக்கு சொல்றேன். Okay, every year I am liable to. So even I want to minimize the cost, it's beyond my control. Then it is called one uncontrollable cost. Clear? License fee. Renew பண்ணா பண்ணிதான். Then it's called or examination fee for ICA students. CA students. Recurring or non-recurring on கேட்கல. Controllable, uncontrollable. Uncontrollable. Okay, even if you want to minimize, not possible. No sir, travel பண்ணி exam எழுதி. Okay, I will write the whole exam in home itself. நான் pick எடுத்து அனுப்புற வேல்யூ பண்ணுங்க. So that substantially we can reduce the cost possible. Whether want or don't want, you have to pay the examination fee. Coaching class fee. If you want, you can join. Else you can do on self-study also. Right? So what is within your control is called the controllable cost. Beyond your control is manageable or not. Page number 20. Star mark put go. Star mark. Another one, cost center and the cost unit. Cost center, you know, location, person, item of equipment, combination of all for the purpose of ascertainment of cost is called cost center. Cost unit represent unit of product or service or time or combination of all for expression of cost is called cost unit. With respect to cost center, manufacturing industry, non-manufacturing industry, and input-output based. In case of manufacturing industry, production cost center and service cost center. In case of non-manufacturing industry, personal cost center, impersonal cost. Based on input-output relationship, standard cost center and standard cost center and discretionary cost center. That's firstly the okay. Manageable cost center, cost unit. That's example manageable. Casual worker and out worker. Labor cost in the page number 98 point. Ready? Hello. Now, listen here. Casual worker and out worker. The difference between casual worker and out worker is casual worker and casual worker. Out worker very easy. Outsourcing the work is called out worker. Casual worker, I have appointed a person only for one specific assignment is called casual worker. For example, our Stevenson ji irukar. Stevenson sir, assume he did the articles with me. After completion of the articles, one assignment irukku. Assume he is expert in bank audit, nalla pannirukar. I am calling Stevenson. இப்போ என்னப்பா பண்ணிட்டு இருக்க இல்லை எக்ஸாம் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன் சார். ஓகே, ஒரு 5 days is it possible to come and do the work? சொல்லுங்க சார், பேங்க் ஆடிட் வந்திருக்கு. I don't have adequate skilled person. Why don't you come and complete the work? I will pay some money. Then mutual agreement, I am ready to pay. Then he will come and finish the audit and go. Am I right? It may be tax audit, it may be what any assignment. He is not an employee-employee relationship. Casually will come and complete the work. 5 days work, he can complete 4 days also, day night work. But he has to complete the work. Am I right? I can't calculate in time, out time, office time, 9 o'clock. No, I can complete. He has to come and complete the work on or before the appointed time. Am I right or not? So it's called a casual worker. Out worker. Stevenson said, no sir, now I am doing my practice. Okay? Another like clients la irukanga. Unga assignment kuduthunga, files kuduthunga. I will finish the assignment and give it to you. Then it's called out worker. Easy way to understand. வீட்டில் ஃபங்க்ஷன் நடக்குது, கேட்டரிங் கூப்பிடுறோம், கேஷுவல் ஒர்க்கர் இஸ் நாட் மை குக், ஒர்க் பண்ணுறவங்க வில் கம் அண்ட் ப்ரொடியூஸ் த ப்ராடக்ட் அண்ட் கோ, அவ்வளோதான் கேஷுவல் ஒர்க்கர். நாங்களே ஸ்வீட் ஸ்டால் தான் வச்சுருக்கோம், ஆர்டர் கொடுங்க, உங்களுக்கு பார்சல் அனுப்புவோம். தென் வில் ப்ரொடியூஸ் த ப்ராடக்ட் ஃபார் வேரியஸ் பீப்புள், அதுலேருந்து உனக்கு எவ்வளோ ஒன்றும் கொடுப்போம். ரைட்? ஸோ இட்ஸ் கால்ட் அவுட் சோர்சிங். நவ் காட் த கேஷுவல் ஒர்க் அண்ட் அவுட் சோர்ஸ் டெஃபினேஷன், ஆல் ஆஃப் யூ. நவ் பேஜ் நம்பர் 98. ஐகிரி நந்தினி படி.
Casual worker. Casual worker is appointed for a short duration to carry on normal business activities in place of a regular but temporarily absent worker. Out worker. A worker who does not work in the factory premises but either works from his home or at a site outside. The factory is known as
out worker.
Cash worker. Casual worker for the regular work inside the factory. Out worker is supplied with raw materials and tools necessary for carrying out the job. He is usually engaged on specialized job. Casual worker is paid on daily basis, time basis. It is also known as daily wage. An out worker who works from his home is usually compensated on the basis of his output.
Out worker. Hello. Good. Wastage and scrap. போலாமா? பேஜ் நம்பர் 47. கார்த்திகா பண்றாங்கண்ணா. வேஸ்ட் கார்த்திகா படிப்பான். வேஸ்டேஜ் அண்ட் ஸ்கிராப் பண்றாங்க. என்ன கார்த்திகா காஷ்மீர் கேட்டா புரியல அப்படின்னு இருப்பாங்க. என்ன டயலாக் கூட தெரியல உனக்கு டயலாக் கூட தெரியல. என்ன அஸ்வினி? வேஸ்டேஜ் அண்ட் ஸ்கிராப், வேஸ்ட் அண்ட் ஸ்கிராப்.
Difference between waste and scrap, meaning waste. It is loss connected with the raw material or inputs to the production process. Scrap, it is connected with output. Visibility, waste. Waste of raw material may be visible or invisible. Scrap, scraps are generally identifiable and has physical substances. Resale value for waste, generally waste has no recoverable value. Scraps are termed as byproduct and has small recoverable. Accounting treatment for waste. Types of wastage, accounting treatment. Normal wastage, form part of cost of production. Abnormal wastage, transfer to costing P&L account. Accounting treatment for scrap. Types of scrap, accounting treatment. Normal scrap, if the value of scrap is negligible. B, otherwise. A, excluded from cost. B, it is treated as other income. Abnormal scrap. After adjustment of normal loss, the scrap value balance should be transferred to the costing P&L account.
Understood waste and scrap. In this type of question, you can draw the chart also. Material losses in the chart. Okay. Scrap and defective. Yes, sir. Stevenson the Great. Difference between scrap and defective.
Basis meaning scrap. It is the incidental residue from manufacture having small amount recoverable without further processing. Defective.
Small amount we can recoverable during the incidents of manufacturing is called scrap. Whereas defective,
it signifies those units or portions of production which can be rectified and turned out as good units by the application of additional material, labor, and other basis of elimination. Scraps are not intended but cannot be eliminated due to the nature of material or process itself. Defectives also are not intended but can be eliminated through proper control.
so scrap may not avoidable. It's a form part of process itself, where a defect may be avoidable depending upon the skilled worker, depending upon the proper machining condition, quality of raw material. It can be avoided.
Rectification. Generally, scraps are not issued or rectified. Defectives can be used after rectification. Resale value. Scraps have insignificant recoverable value. Defectives are sold at lower value from that of full market. Accounting treatment. Okay. Normal defective in general form for cost of production. If deflating department is not identified, charge to general overhead. If deflating department is identified, charge to departmental overhead. Use a specific job, charge to specific job. Abnormal defective, transfer the costing to costing.
Very good. Good. Implicit and explicit cost. Either they can ask short notes on implicit and explicit separately, or different between also possible. Okay, Monica.
Implicit cost versus explicit cost.
Louder.
Implicit costs are also known as economic costs.
Implicit cost also called economic cost.
Explicit costs are known as
Out of pocket cost. Explicit cost. Very good.
Implicit costs refer to costs that do not involve any immediate cash payment. Explicit costs refer to costs involving immediate payment of cash. Implicit costs are not recorded in the books of accounts. Explicit costs, example, salaries, wages, postage and telegram, printing and stationery, interest on loan.
Very good. Understood? Next, perpetual inventory and continuous stock taking. That's also important question for exam. Page number 43. Listen here. With respect to perpetual inventory and continuous stock taking, you know the audit. Statutory audit, you know, right? as a statutory auditor, after 31st March only I'm going to visit for verification and the preparation of financial statement. Therefore, my visit they know well in advance. Accordingly, they prepare the account, they'll cook the account and make it ready. Correct? There also I'm going to verify the stock. That is called perpetual inventory. Client know when I am going to come. Okay, what I want. Therefore, always updated record not required. On or 31st March itself, they can prepare the account, or before my arrival, they'll prepare. And moreover, I have to intimate and send. Tomorrow I'm going to come. Tomorrow onwards, I'm going to come for doing the audit. Then only everything will be ready. Right or not? Whereas continuous stock taking, like internal audit, internal control audit, surprise basis and go and verify. Franchise outlets, everything properly they are maintaining or not. Up a surprise element involved. Surprise element involved means always updated record they have to maintain. The record punishable. Right? Any point of time, open manna tally on. So always updated record they have to maintain. Continuously I'm going to verify. In the sense of what? This month I went, I have verified A category item. Thereafter, Nare outlet proven. Next month they may come again surprising B category. Up over the period of time, all the stock not at one store, but over the period of time, we have verified all the stock, even more than one time also possible for the purpose of internal control. But perpetual inventory, one time after 31st March, we are verifying everything. Okay, that's a perpetual inventory. Are you able to follow or not? Clear? Now, difference between perpetual inventory and the continuous stock verification. Evelyn, great recommend.
Definition: perpetual inventory refers to inventory records that are bin cards and stores ledger that are maintained on up-to-date basis at all points of time. Stock verification takes place at the end of a financial period, say a year. Continuous stock taking. Stocks are verified at regular intervals during the year. Since stock taking takes place regularly, it is called as continuous stock taking. Time covered. Perpetual inventory. All items of stock are covered in a single stretch of verification, say over 2 to 3 days. In each continuous stock taking, in each verification, 2 to 3 items are covered. In an entire period, all items are covered on rotation basis. Stoppage. Perpetual inventory. Regular stores procedures like material receipts, issues, etc. may have to be stopped to facilitate stock taking. Continuous stock taking. There is no interference with regular workflow. Discrepancies. Discrepancies can be known only at the end of the year. Responsibility cannot be easily fixed. Continuous stock taking. Discrepancies are ascertained immediately in order to take corrective actions and avoid reoccurrence. Updation. Perpetual inventory. The inventory records are also updated periodically, say weekly or monthly, in fact, at any time before physical verification. Continuous stock taking. Due to surprise element involved, inventory records must be maintained up to date at all times. Effects on interim financial result. Perpetual inventory. These do not facilitate or help the quick computation of interim or final financial result. Continuous stock taking. It provides stock figures on real-time basis. Hence, final accounts can be completed quickly. Interim results can be prepared conveniently.
Next, bin card versus stores ledger. Already discussed bin card and the stores ledger, am I right? Which one is the quantitative record between bin card and stores ledger? Bin card quantitative. Between bin card and stores ledger. Quantitative record. Available in stores department. Available in cost accounting department. Okay. Closing balance represent closing stock. Bin card. Confuse the concept based question. Closing balance is for reconciliation.
Stores ledger.
Records are available in only one place.
Cost account.
Clear and neat record.
Store ledger.
Records are spread over wide area.
Bill card.
Maintained by the cost account.
Store ledger.
Next. Job evaluation and merit rating. What's the page number? 97. All right. 98 upon cherry. Now, job evaluation. Evaluating the job is called job evaluation. Evaluating the man behind the job is called merit rating. In the sense, evaluating the job from the worker's point of view. Evaluating the man behind the job in the boss point of view. Right? You are going for the job. In the job, whether A, company A is best or B is best. You are analyzing the job. Accordingly, you are going to choose the company. Right or not? You are evaluating. Name itself implies the character. Evaluating the job. You are all workers in the organization. I want to give the award or reward or promotion. I am ranking the person, meriting person. Or meritorial person. Merit rating. Yes, this person has performed well. Therefore, he is eligible for promotion. That is called what? Merit rating. Now, got the idea or not? Job evaluation versus merit rating. Page number 97. Karthika Padragama.
Job evaluation. Meaning, job evaluation is the assessment of the relative worth of jobs within a company. Merit rating. Merit rating is the assessment of the relative worth of the man behind the jobs. Objectives of job evaluation. Job evaluation and its accomplishment are means to be set up a rational wages and salary structure. Objectives of merit rating. Merit rating provides a scientific basis for determining fair wages of each worker based on his ability and performance. Result for job evaluation. Job evaluation simplifies wage administration by bringing on uniformity in wage rates. Result for merit rating. Merit rating is used to determine a fair rate of pay for different workers.
Understood? Then, allocation versus apportionment. Refer overhead topic. Allocation applicable only for specific expenses. Apportion arises for common expenses. Allocation transferring all the expenses to one particular department. Apportionment, we are sharing the expenses to various departments on suitable basis. So different between allocation and apportionment. Manageable? Good. Fixed and flexible budget. Page number 525. Vaibhav. Fixed and flexible budget. Irrespective of the volume, the amount remain constant mean the budget is called. Depending upon that, you are going to change means
flexible.
Maybe.
Fixed budget. According to CIMA of England, a fixed budget is a budget designed to remain unchanged, irrespective of the level of activity actually attained. Flexible budget. It is defined as a budget which, by recognizing the difference between fixed, semi-variable and variable cost, is designed to change in relation to the level of activity attained. Fixed budget. It is also known as rigid budget or inflexible budget. Flexible budget. It can be recasted on the basis of activity level to be achieved. Thus, it is not rigid. Fixed budget. It operates for one level of activity and under one set of conditions. Whereas flexible budget, it consists of various budget for different level of activities. Fixed budget. Variance analysis does not give useful information. Flexible budget. Variance analysis provides useful information. Fixed budget. If the budgeted and actual activity level differs significantly, then the aspect like cost ascertainment and price fixation do not give the correct picture. Flexible budget. It facilitates the ascertainment of cost, fixation of selling price, and submission of quotation. Fixed budget. Comparison of actual performance with budgeted targets will be meaningless, especially when there is a difference between two activity levels. Flexible budget. It provides a meaningful basis of comparison of actual performance with the budgeted targets.
Similarly, master and functional budget. Nivedita, continue. Next page itself. Yes. Master budget is for 100% capacity. Leah? Start now. Nivedita, continue.
Functional budget, master budget. Functional budget. Budgets which relate to the individual function in an organization are known as functional budget. Master budget. It is consolidated summary of various functional budget. Functional budget. For example, purchase budget, sales budget, production budget, plan utilization budget, and cash budget. Master budget. It serves as the basis upon which budgeted P&L and forecasted balance sheet are built up.
Functional budget alone, frequently asked question. With example. Example for functional budget, sales budget, production budget.
Production budget, plant utilization budget, and cash budget.
Costing versus batch costing. Palama. Batch is nature. Each of the product we are going to ascertain the cost. Job is for unique nature. Each and every individual we have to ascertain. Clear? Cheda, why koda? 247 job versus batch. As per the customer's requirement, underline. Repetitive nature, underline. Batch costing for repetitive nature. Production is repetitive nature.
Job costing is a specific order costing. Batch costing is a special type of job costing. Job costing cost is determined on job basis, whereas batch costing cost is determined on batch basis.
Batch basis.
Job costing, each job is unique in nature. Batch costing, the articles produced in batch are alike. Job costing system is suitable for automobile service industries, interior decoration, printing, hardware, shipbuilding, heavy machinery, repairs, and other similar work. Batch costing system is suitable for pharmaceutical industries, ready-made garments, industries manufacturing electronic parts of TV, radio sets, etc.
Good, good. Then operating costing versus operation costing. 411. Listen here. Operating costing is the service sector costing. Operation costing is a process costing. One is for intangible and one is for tangible product. Now got the idea or not? Good. Polama, Nalinam. Where are you? Vanilla படிக்கிறியா பேர் என்ன கலைவாணி
Okay, sir. Operation cost. Operation refers to a stage in manufacturing activity where output is converted from one form into another. Cost of each operation is called operation cost. Operating cost refers to the total cost of providing a utility or service or intangible product. Output of each operation is tangible. There is no tangible output, only services are provided. Costs are classified into direct material, direct labor, direct expense, and production overhead. Costs are classified into fixed, standing charges, variable or running charges, and semi-variable or maintenance charges. In operation cost,
standing charges, variable cost they consider as a running charges, semi-variable cost, maintenance. கவனிடுமா என்ன பண்ற ரெஸ்பாண்ட் பண்ணு பாக்குறமா நடிக்கப்படாது ரெஸ்பாண்ட் பண்ணணும்.
Operation costing system is suitable for manufacturing industries such as soap, paint, chemical. Operating costing system is suitable for service industries such as transport companies, hospitals, theaters, schools, etc.
Okay, for easy identification, operation costing, operating costing. Operating la service sector போட்டுக்கோ, operation la process costing. Joint product and byproduct. With respect to joint product, all the products are intentionally produced, having some commercial value in the market. Whereas byproduct, while producing the main product, incidentally or accidentally, another product is also emerged, means that is called byproduct. Tungadhan. Without any main product, there is no byproduct. Polama? Gayatri Padi? Sound up. Louder, louder. Two or more products are relatively important. Two or more product, all the products are relatively important. Kindly underline. Material discarded in the main product.
Joint products, products are produced intentionally. In byproducts, products are incidentally transferred to the main products. For example, for joint product, petroleum, coal gas, oil refined. For byproduct, sugar, soap, rice, cotton.
Understood. Joint and byproduct. Accounting treatment also already we read, right? Cost reduction versus cost control. Cost reduction represents real and permanent reduction in savings per cost per unit, savings in cost per unit, without tampering the quality of the product is called cost reduction. Cost control represents temporary saving in overall total cost of the product is called cost control. In cost reduction, quality of the product remains unaffected, whereas in cost control, quality of the product may get suffered. To implement the cost reduction, we need a technically qualified person should have the knowledge of the business is important, whereas in cost control, good administrator with leadership quality. Clear? Cost reduction is a dynamic approach, that lack of dynamism, preventive. Which one is preventive? There is corrective function. Right? So, cost reduction, JIT, visible end. There is no visible end for cost reduction. There, nothing but continuous process. That side, visible end will be there. Cost reduction, JIT is a technique for cost reduction. Right? Value engineering, value analysis, they're all technique for cost reduction. Whereas cost control, standard costing, budgetary controls are tool for cost control. Product versus period cost. Product cost represents cost incurred for the product. Nothing but variable cost. Product wise, going to incur mean there is a variable cost. Page number 1990. Whereas period cost incurred for the period, like fixed cost. Or ignore not. So, in general, product cost will form part of inventory valuation. Period cost will not form part of inventory valuation. Are you with me? Next. Job costing and contract costing. 274. Job. With respect to job costing, one specific assignment for one particular customer, unique in nature. The bigger type of job, contract also martha, but bigger type of job is called contract. Clear? So, difference between job and contract costing. Padigira. Padi. Tungam padi. Akshada ne padi, sound padi. Louder.
Job work is carried out in contract work is carried out in an order, a unit, lot, or batch of product may be taken as cost unit. Each contract is a cost unit. Cost is first allocated to the cost center, then charged or changed to individual job. Most of the expenses are directly charged to the respective contract. The system of costing. The element of cost are created separately for each job or work undertaken by an organization. Only general overheads and fixed
Okay. Then the speciality of the contract costing is, if you are going to take Premier Academy, cost center is academy. I am incurring the cost for this particular place. Cost unit is a number of students. Depending upon admission, I am going to recover the cost. Suppose the manufacturing industry, factory is a cost center, and the product I am going to produce and sell, the product is a cost unit for me. Harin and Associates audit firm, office is the cost center, assignment per client is a cost unit. Right or not? But in contract costing, contract is itself cost center and the cost unit. That's a specialty. So in this circumstance, cost center and the cost unit both are same, only in contract costing. Here, I am going to incur the cost for Premier Academy. Therefore, Premier Academy is a cost center. I am recovering the cost by way of admission of the student. Therefore, cost unit is the student. If I am a contractor, I am going to construct the building. In that particular contract, I have to incur the cost. The contract is a cost center. Out of the contract, I am going to get the money. Therefore, contract itself cost unit. So the beauty of the contract costing is cost center and the cost unit is itself what? Contract is itself cost center and the cost unit. Are you able to follow or not? And the second beauty, substantial money, substantial costs are direct in nature. Premier Academy, rent is an indirect cost. Material to the students is a direct cost for me. Am I right? Suppose I am construction work contractor. Whatever I am incurring, everything for the contract only, in the building only. Up a substantial money is called what? Direct in nature. Up a substantial cost is the direct cost. That's the beauty of, understood or not? Up a overhead or direct cost just is the chance. Understood? Good. Marginal versus absorption costing. Yes. You know, cost sheet for Leah. Direct material, direct labor, direct expenses is called prime cost. Add factory or production is called factory cost or works cost. Add administration expenses. Add selling and distribution. Add profit. That is called functional waste classification. Okay. Absorption costing method based on functional waste classification. Cost classification based on function wise. Marginal costing, behavior wise, direct, variable or fixed variable. That's the reason marginal cost sheet is sales minus variable cost is equal to minus fixed cost is equal to. So here we are not going to fixed cost now, fixed admin, fixed selling and distribution, right or not? Here we are not going to classify based on function. We are going to classify based on behavior of nature. So behavior wise classification is called, whereas functional wise classification is called. While doing the article sheet, valuation of inventory report, that will come under marginal costing approach or absorption costing approach. Any financial statement, closing stock value put only published financial statement, that comes under the absorption costing method. Or not. AS2 based on absorption costing method. Understood logic or not? Clear? Next. Marginal versus absorption costing important. Time keeping versus time booking. Labor costing. Liam. Total time spent by the worker inside the factory is called time keeping. Worker by worker, day by day, department by department, how many hours is spent is called time booking. By way of time booking, I can identify total time of the worker. By way of time booking, I can identify productive time of the worker. Time as per time keeping record minus time as per time booking record is called idle time. Nothing but total time minus productive time is called idle time. Time keeping, in time, out time, that is also I needed. Then only payroll preparation is possible. But job cost preparation, obviously, how many hours is spent for department A or process A or job A, accordingly job cost is formed. Are you able to follow or not? Clear? Methods of time keeping. How many methods are there? What are they? Manual and mechanical. Which one is famous nowadays? Digital. Whereas time booking, how many methods are there? 5 methods. What are they? Okay. So how many methods are there? 5 methods are there. Then why we need ABC? Descriptive question only. Why we need ABC? Need for ABC. Activity-based costing is the replacement of overhead. So whenever overheads, then only it will come. Okay. Second one. Third one. Anthony, putting off needs for ABC. Pause. Page number 188. Tungapadada. Quick.
Okay. Need for ABC. Production overheads are high in relation to direct costs. There is a great diversity in the product range, helps to identify non-value added activities. Conception of overhead resources is not primarily driven by volume or hours. It helps in facing the stiff competition and fixed selling price according to market situation.
Types of activities in ABC. For unit level activity. The types of activity also called hierarchy in ABC. Question mark fail. Okay. For hierarchy. Unit level, batch level, product level, and facility level. Every unit is solved unit level activity. Per batch, if I'm going to send mean batch level. Product as a whole, I'm going to send mean product level. Facility level mean to facilitate to produce the product. Unit level activity. In Premier Academy, for each and every student, I'm giving book. Father, they have to incur the expenses. It's a unit level activity. Right? Batch level activity. Assume projector வாங்கிருக்கேன். வாடகை எடுக்கிறேன்னு சொல்லுவோம். ஒவ்வொரு பேட்ச்க்கு வாங்குறேன். Then other cost per batch I have to pay. Mean that is called batch level activity. Or rent எடுக்கிறேன். Okay? ஒரு batch I am going for one hall la pay எடுக்கிறேன். In that batch I have to incur the cost for them. The rent is a batch level activity. Are you able to follow or not? Then product level activity. If I am going to the advertisement, costing class by Hariran, the product is advertisement பண்றேன். Right? That's not for one unit, not for this one batch alone. That's called product level activity. Facility level activity. I am doing advertisement for Premier Academy as a brand. That facilitate costing also, accounts also, any other subject. Right or not? L&T, Procter and Gamble, clear? ITC. அப்ப என்ன பண்றோம்? அதுல என்ன ப்ராடக்ட்னா ஆட் பண்ணலாம் அப்புறமா. Clear? Then it's become what? Facilitate to produce and sell the product is called facility level activity. Got the idea or not? Good. Steps to solve ABC. Identification of various activities in the organization. Classification of activity into primary and supporting activity. Compute cost pool for every activity. Transfer the supporting activity cost to primary activity. Compute cost driver for each activity. Then cost driver rate. Cost driver rate is equal to cost pool by cost driver. And apportion the overhead based on cost driver rate. The steps இருந்தா தான் problem போட முடியும். Understood? Happily we are completed. Fully satisfied. Thank you for the wonderful participation.